What is up, guys? Zan from the Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to show you guys how I like to attack the big nickel over G Tampa 2 using thirds instead of halves. But before we do that, guys, please do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the uploads coming your way here on the Zan Madden YouTube channel. If you guys want to watch me play Madden 20 live, you guys can find me on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ZanMadden. The link is below in the description. And I do have exclusive sub-only content for my Twitch Prime and Tier 1 subscribers. My Tier 2 subscribers will receive my Washington Redskins Hot Route Master offense on top of those sub-tips that go out each and every Friday. And you guys can find me on the channel daily at 2 p.m. Central Time. Okay, guys, without further ado, let's talk about today's video. Now, we're going to be attacking the big nickel over G Tampa 2. This is a coverage where a lot of players will take the deep halves and change them into thirds and basically play kind of, I guess I call it Tampa 3. It's not really what that's actually called in real life. It's just the way that you can kind of talk about it and have people understand what coverage you're referring to. Now, if you don't know what this is, I have done 2 videos on this style coverage. We did a video on the rule of 3 safeties out of the quarters overload, and we talked about also the 3-4 even. Both of those videos are in the description below, and they show you how you can modify coverage. This is actually a really popular coverage meta right now. So wanted to do a video on how I personally attack this. Now, if you don't run the Washington Redskins Hot Route Master Wing Tight U, Wing Tight Z, that's totally okay. I want you guys to focus more or less on the route combination and the motion snap that I'm using, because you could apply these concepts to your offense. It doesn't even have to be the same route combination. It just needs to be routes that attract specific zones and cause the guy that we're motioning to get open. So let's go ahead and get into the video here. For the purpose of this video, I have actually made some changes to the Patriots roster. It was a Hot Route Master offense, and the Patriots had Tom Brady, but they had no tight ends. This is an offense that you can run in CFM, salary cap, MUT, and it's going to be pretty good for, you know, those modes. So I made some roster changes. Obviously, it is a 3 tight end offense, so I gave the Patriots a few tight ends. And because you can get a receiver at the tight end position in this offense, I went ahead and converted Julio Jones to a tight end just for the personnel in this video. So that's the reason you're seeing the players that aren't Patriots on the field in practice mode, because we really truly need MUT practice mode is what we need. But this is how we get around that. So we're going to go ahead and show you guys here. I'm going to call it the Singleback Wing Tight U. And the reason I'm going to do this here is I come out in this formation with the tight ends to the wide side of the field, and we're going to audible into something else. Now, typically speaking, you're going to see most players go with their nickel corner to the strength of the formation. So what we actually do when we come out in this, that's our base formation, we audible into the Wing Tight Z, and the play that we're audibling into is PA counter. You notice that I have it as the right bumper. We audible into that. Now, what most people are going to do on this is they like to make sure that they have their nickel corner. A lot of players will rotate their nickel corner from the weak side. They just go ahead and basically drop him to the outside, and then they kind of have, you know, the safety play a middle third, and then they'll oftentimes do something like this where they will walk down this guy to kind of play the boundary, and you know that just kind of creates this cover 3 shell. And this is something that I've had to get into the lab against pretty consistently to you know, be able to work against this. Now, the route combination we're going to use on this is we're going to streak the X receiver, and I'm going to go ahead and put the right bumper on a streak, and you block the running back. Now, the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to use the C route to the B receiver, and what this play does is it basically holds the middle third because you have a post and a seam, and then the outside third bites on the C route, and we're going to do a little motion snap of the right bumper. And if done correctly, what you're going to notice is you can go ahead and snap this ball. You're going to be able to throw it all the way over the top. See how the outside third bites down? Now, again, Brady doesn't have the big arm, but you can see how that window opens up. This is a very, very, very popular coverage right now. Now, let's say that your opponent is running the coverage, you know, this way, where they're actually doing it with, you know, maybe something that looks like this, where they have the coverage rotation this way, and the guy is on the side that you're actually throwing to, the nickel corner that is. When you go to this, you're going to notice that there is a little bit of a difference here. So if I were to show this to you, you know, you could go the same route combination. We'll go ahead and show you the same exact motion snap here. That C route is going to pull the outside third, and actually it didn't let me motion snap him. So let me go ahead and motion snap again here. This motion snap timing, you basically motion and then snap it. You see how he gets that animation. You're going to see how you can still throw that outside pass lead over the top. Now, it is a tighter throw. Obviously, you want a bigger arm quarterback. Brady does not have 99 throw power. There are so many quarterbacks in the game right now that have 99 throw power. This is going to be an easy one-play score. But the other thing that's great about this is that you have other options open on this play too. It's not just a one-play bomb. So with this particular play, let's say you have a mobile quarterback. You can kind of roll out here. You're still going to be able to throw, at some point, this guy, because there is a streak all the way over the top, he will drop further off of this. You see how he's kind of dropping back? That's going to leave you this rollout corner on the sideline here, that C route. And then all the way on the back side of this play, you have this route combination right here. And I'll click off on the next example where you have this streak that's going to pull, which should have been this guy, all the way back. And then this route gets open over the top of the cloud flat. So we'll go ahead and show you that again here in this example. So if I were to go ahead and call that same coverage, let's go ahead and do that again. They go ahead and they go to their press. They put the guy into an outside third. They put this guy into a middle third. They put this guy into an outside third on the right. Coverage looks like that. Now, if we were to go ahead and do the same setup, and just for the sake of the video, I'm going to go ahead and spy my pass rush because Brady's not really mobile. I just want to show you the route progression here. I want you to kind of look at how this shakes out for the entire coverage here. So you do this motion snap. Go ahead and see how that C route would be open. And then you have the A icon as well that was open on that. So we'll go ahead and throw that ball away. So you got the streak to the outside with the strong arm quarterback. You have the C route with a down and outside pass lead if you're rolling out. And then you have the post route as well. So no matter if you're confined to the pocket or you can roll out, this play is something that you can run. So you see right here how this route is wide open. You're going to be able to throw this ball right here. Your opponent has a choice with their user. Think about the user linebacker. They have to either follow Julio Jones over, see how Julio's running this route. So 18 either has to follow Julio, which is going to leave the outside pass lead to this guy wide open. See right here at this point, if you have a 99 throw power quarterback, up and outside lead, throw it into this area of the field, away from this safety and center field. So even if they have a dead set center field safety, you're going to be able to make this throw over the top. And then, of course, you've got this throw right here as well. So they've got a user one of three routes. I mean, you've got this route that's going to be open. You got this route that's going to be open over the top for the outside pass lead. And then you've got your rollout corner, which is still going to be open for a down and outside lead along this area of the field right here. So this is a route combination in general that really does a phenomenal job of beating this meta coverage. And this meta coverage is actually designed to take away corners, if you think about it. This is an outside third, which is going to try to, bracket the corner route over the top. The cloud flat, which is going to bracket it from underneath. And then you've got, your middle third to take away your seam ball, and your outside third over here, which is, just intended to, guard the left sideline. And then, a lot of people think, okay, with this coverage, they have to attack the middle of the field. I'll take care of it with my user. Well, that doesn't really end up being the case. So go ahead and spy it again here. So in this example, let's say that they follow Julio Jones on this play. So I'll go ahead and click off of him. Again, just doing the 7-on-7. We audible into the play PA counter. Block the running back, streak X, streak right bumper, C route the B receiver because the hot route master. Again, though, guys, this is not something that you have to think about from a standpoint of, oh, I have to have a hot route master for this tip. But and I'll try to show that to you here in another example of a different formation. But again, right here, didn't let me snap it. You have to snap this motion a little bit early. If you wait too long, he'll set and it'll take a lot longer. So motion, snap. You see here, if I roll out, right bumper's open. You have the down pass lead to the B receiver on the sideline. Obviously, Brady is not a throw on the run god, so that throw is open. And then you also have, if they're using Julio, they have to guard Julio. Julio could still beat them on that route as well. So you see that Julio gets open over there as well. So this play really does a good job against this coverage. Gives you multiple options. It is a little bit more of a deep option play. If you want to, of course, you could go ahead and do something more or less like this. You could go ahead and do maybe a wheel route to the running back out of the backfield. In terms of spacing on this play, it's not going to hurt this play too badly. I wouldn't think. So, if we were to go to the same coverage here, where they do, this, go ahead and spy my rush again, just because Brady's not mobile, and kind of show this to you again. This motion snap. You see how you're going to have options. I mean, the outside pass lead over the top, the wheel route to the inside, the B route is open. So you've got options on this play, obviously. So you don't necessarily have to block your running back. Oftentimes I'll set up cut blocks with him. just to kind of give me an open rollout to the right side. That's always something you can do as well. Now, let me go ahead and transition here in this video because I want to make sure that, I have you guys taken care of from a standpoint of I don't want to run this offense. And I totally get that. So let me go ahead and show you again here. We go to big nickel over G, cover 2. What you're going to be able to do here with this is you're going to need to find a play or a formation that allows you to get basically an inside bending seam route. So let's see if I can find one here for you. Slip screen is actually a really good play. Let me try to show you. I'm just going to run the slip screen. Actually, I can't hot route, so that won't work. I was going to spy the coverage and try to show it that way. Let me see if I can find an example here. I don't think 4 verticals will work nearly as well because I think that because they call Tampa 2. Let me actually just give it a go here. So what you want here with this type of play is like if you could go just comeback routes in a streak. This is something that should, as long as he doesn't run the option route. I hate the 4 verticals with option routes. Unfortunately, it's just the way the game plays sometimes where because they're in Tampa 2, the game thinks, okay, let me run a different route, even though they're modifying the coverage. At the end of the day, they don't want option routes to be too overpowered, which is probably why they do it this way. But, if you're facing somebody that was running, this coverage, this basically Tampa 3, as I'm calling it, you could go with something like this. Now, the goal here is you want Dorsett to actually bend to the outside as he crosses the field. So let's see if this works. You want to do this motion snap. Hopefully he doesn't run a corner. Yep, and there it is. I mean, you see how you can throw that ball all the way over the top. So that basically works the same way. You could go with that same bomb coverage. This is actually a lab your own cover 3 bomb. We've shown you that particular video as well. But you see how this really does a good job of, notice how this guy over here doesn't even know that that route is something he has to guard. He's actually looking at this route, believe it or not, this comeback route. Because outside thirds are going to bite down on comeback routes. So he's beat the whole way. This is a way that you can absolutely torch this coverage. So, these little lab your own cover 3 bombs, those work just fine. I'll go ahead and show you that again here. So let's say that they ran this coverage. So here you go. We'll even, I'm going to base align and press here, just that way you can kind of see, like, I'll even try to move him. So that way, if you thought the last example was a fluke, we can kind of show it to you again. All right, so, a simple route combination like 4 verticals out of a Y trips, where you just come back routes, streak the tight end, and motion this little bent route across the formation, does get open over the top. So you see right here, you just snap it as he passes the tackle. See how that guy on the comeback route, actually, he played a pretty good job right there. If he does play it, you're going to be able to throw the comeback route on the sideline because that's open. So it depends on whether or not they base align out of this coverage. A lot of players won't because they want the clean reroute of the cloud flats. So if I show that to you again, you notice that in that example, I had to base align and then I had to move the cloud flat to get the reroute. But here in this example, you could go ahead and do, you could tell if they're base aligned or not because you're going to see them have to move that corner manually. So here's your route combination. And then you're just going to snap this ball as he basically gets right here. And then that's the throw that you want over the top. Obviously, with enough throw power and enough strength, you're going to be able to make that throw. Now, again, guys, I am trying to just ad-lib this a little bit more and try to, show you how you could create this route combination. Essentially, what it is you need a route on the sideline that pulls down outside thirds, and then a motioned route that's being snapped in the slot that runs vertical. That way, the outside third matches the route on the sideline just as that slot route is getting into his route vertical down the seam, and it leaves it wide open. Let me see if I could maybe try to find another example for you guys and see what we can cook up here. So go to cover 2. And let's see, try to find a formation that makes sense here for the sake of the video. Singleback wing might be an option. Let me see if that could potentially work. This would be kind of similar. You want something that's motion snappable. So if you don't have a wing tight end that you can motion snap to the outside, you need a slot receiver that you can motion from the opposite side of the formation. So like a doubles type play, but you need an outside receiver on the opposite side. So here's an example of Y trips again, like single back Y trips. They just don't have any of those inside release seams, do they? All right, let me try to find something else here. Maybe try to find something in the shotgun here. Yeah, it doesn't look like they have anything that has an inside release, which is kind of brutal. But most of the seam routes in this game are out of like 2x2 where it won't work. Tray open maybe. Let's see. Yeah, they're all option routes, unfortunately. So not the best playbook in the world, but hopefully I was able to show you guys the setup out of the Y trips look. That could kind of give you the idea of, this is conceptual. It's not necessarily, hey, you have to call the wing tight U, wing tight Z, and run the offense the same way I do. I'm just trying to give you guys the tools so you can better understand why it's working the way it does. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Definitely comment below if you guys have formations in your playbook. Let the chat or let the comment section know, hey, I'm in Oakland book. I'm running this formation. This is a great way to do this. Take it into practice mode and apply it, because this is a coverage you're going to see a lot more. I'm seeing it more and more. I started to see it a lot, I would say 2 weeks ago, and now I'm seeing it all the time. So, whether it's out of any of those cover 3 clouds, I see cover 3 cloud all the time, and also see the makeshift where you can kind of create your own double cloud coverage out of big nickel over G. And then obviously with the rule of 3, you're going to see that video start to kind of trickle down a little bit more to players who didn't know about it already. And you're going to see this a lot more in the summer, I can almost promise you. So you're going to need to have something labbed up. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with our next video. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.